Welcome to my chow line. I'm Tracy Lingle. Today we're making steak pinwheels. We're using flank steak, which is a belly fat. You can see the fibers in this right here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to lay some parchment paper out, and we're going to hit these with a meat mallet and try to flatten them out some more, get them nice and thin, break those fibers up some, make it nice and tender, and then we'll add cheese and vegetables and roll it up, tie it up, and then we'll smoke it on the grill. So alright, so we're going to be using Grill Your Ass Off seasonings. We'll be using Platoon Sergeant. We're using Ma Deuce. Words are hard. Okay, we're going to be using Platoon Sergeant, which is salt, pepper, garlic, and Ma Deuce, which is a steak seasoning from Grill Your Ass Off. Great seasonings, perfect for steak. Let's get into this. So we're going to lightly hit it with the salt, pepper, garlic. Then we're going to hit it with the Ma Deuce. Finish up that coverage. Maybe a little more. We're going to do both sides, of course, because you're supposed to do both sides. And we're going to let this set up a little bit. Press that in right there. We're going to flip it. And you don't want to over season because this is a thin cut of meat to be rolled together, but you don't want to under season either because that's just wrong. So having vegetables and cheese and stuff in here is going to add some stuff. It's also going to help drown out the seasonings as well. So keep that in mind. All right, so now we're going to take some of these strings, lay them out here for tying this up because we're going to truss this up. Now we're going to take it, we're going to try and stretch it out as much as we can when we lay it down. We want it as thin as possible so we get as much roll on it as possible. Now again, you can see here the grain of the muscle fibers are going this way, so we're going to roll with the grain, and then we'll be able to cut it against the grain when we slice off medallions. So now we're going to take and we're going to put some cheese, we'll put some other things on here. You can put whatever you want on the inside of this. What we're using today is we're using bell peppers, jalapenos, onions, garlic, and cheese and spinach. So we're using Munster cheese. You can use whatever cheese you like. Provolone works really good. Mozzarella is good. Whatever your palate for beef. And we had some Munster, and I was like, you know what? Let's try that out and see what that's like. I haven't done Munster with beef before, so since we're rolling this way, we're going to take these. I cut the bell peppers long strips so that way we'd get cross-section. The more you stuff in there, the harder it's going to be to roll it. Kind of like putting a sub sandwich together. But the more stuff you got in there, the better that's going to taste, depending on what you got, what your specialty is you're putting in. But onion's always good. So a while back I made some infused butter with Worcestershire and Ma Deuce steak seasoning, and I made it up with like 4 sticks of butter and made a big batch of it, and then rolled it in saran wrap and then stuck it in the freezer. And come out and I grabbed some of it off any chance I get to put it with steak or melt it on top of a steak. It's a great way to get some good fatty flavor. So I'm gonna put some of this butter, infused butter, inside when we wrap this up, so that way it'll add some, as it melts down, it'll add some good buttery goodness, because butter and steak always go well together. All right, so now we're going to roll it. In doing so, I'm going to probably take a couple of these. I don't know. This is the fun part. Because you want to roll it as tight as you can. You're going to roll it. Try and use your fingers to help grab it and push it back inside. because what we'll do is we'll cut in between each of them when we cut it, and that way it'll hold it together when you go to serve it. Go back and trim off all the... All right, at this point you can take and shove some of this stuff back inside the edges, and you're going to cook it with this up, so that way all those juices and all the things from inside stay inside as much as possible when you're cooking this. If you lose some of the vegetables, it's okay. Just wanted to make sure we got some in there. But yep, we'll dust this one more time with a little bit more salt, pepper, garlic, and a little more Ma Deuce. So we'll set this one aside, do the other one, and then we'll get them on the grill. All right, we've got them put on the grill. The grill's running about 250 degrees. We're smoking it with pecan wood. It'll be nice. All right, so we pulled it off. We got it to about a 130 degrees internal temperature. It looks really good. Got a lot of good smoke color to it. So we're gonna crack one of these open and see what it looks like on the inside.
Pretty.
Some good colors in there. Cut that string off.
You can smell the smokiness from here.
Oh man, lots of good garlic, cheesiness. Taste test there. Wow, that's really good. I probably could have pulled it off a little sooner, but maybe like pulled it off at like 120, 125, and let it carry over in the rest. But then, man, that's perfect. You got the onions, bell peppers, the jalapeno, garlic, onions. I mean, the spinach you really don't taste that much of, but you got that cheesiness of that Munster cheese. That's pretty good. I like that cheese. Goes well with it. Man. The vegetables have a little bit of a crunch to them still too, so that's good. Man. Well, all right, guys. Got to give it a try. I recommend doing it, trying it out, share it with the family. Good times.